From the News Channel 8 studios, this is Let's Talk Live.
We're going to get to the issue of sports-related brain injuries. A lot of talk about it lately.
There is a series of deaths and suicides, permanent developmental problems related to concussions. It certainly has raised some serious concerns about student athletes. So today we have the president and founder of the Student Athletes for Educational Opportunities, J. Lafayette Carter. And also joining him is 14-year-old 9th grade Urbana High School student Katie Rerko. Good to see you both, Katie and Jay. Can we call you Jay?
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter, love that. Well, this is certainly an important time of the year to be talking about brain injuries related to concussion sports injuries, because everybody's thinking about heading back to school in a matter of weeks, and then you have a lot of sports camps already underway. So this is an important topic right now. What is the message that you want to get out?
The key word that you just used was underway. The season's underway for a lot of youth teams. Are you guys aware that over 3.8 million people suffer concussions a year in this country? And that's not just competitive sports, that's recreational as well. So our organization, we have a campaign that's called the I Promise campaign, and we want to urge parents to be vigilant this year as the season gets underway, youth sports get underway, to be aware of the risk factors. If you have a young athlete that is complaining that mom, dad, or coach, teammate, I think I may have a concussion, be aware of the risk factors. If you're nauseous, you have a headache lingering on, if you can't concentrate in school, if you're not feeling well, make sure that you're being seen by a licensed neurologist and follow up.
And I know recently President Obama, he held that Concussion Summit to really talk about the issue. How important is it to really change kind of the cultural message? In football, there seems to be this message, the bigger, the stronger, the tougher, the bigger hits, the better. Do you think that we need to start first with the cultural message that we're sending out to kids these days?
Yeah, I agree. If you look at what's happening from a cultural standpoint in just sports in general, particularly in professional sports, these guys, when they approach the upcoming season, a lot of the guys, they hold out for their season. A lot of times people think it's because of financial reasons. No, these guys are becoming more aware now. They're realizing that there's a ceiling when it comes to longevity in sports between 3 and 6 years, especially with those big fun-generating sports like football and basketball. So these guys are making decisions not just based on how much money I'm going to make. They already know that they don't have so much time to participate on that level. So they're making more of a health decision as well. So you can see the culture in terms of making those decisions, and guys are really trying to take care of themselves.
So, Coach, once you are diagnosed with a concussion, is this something that you can recover from, or is this a permanent injury?
Well, it varies. The impact, it depends on what the initial impact was, so it varies per individual, so it's a case-by-case scenario. So I would just say it that way, as long as you're seen by the licensed neurologist. But that brings up another point. One of the main focus of the I Promise campaign is that our mission is to really target those inner city young athletes, those who don't have the resources, those who don't really have what they pretty much focus mostly on is sports. They don't have another avenue to get out of the hood, so to speak, so they really just want to play sports, and they don't have other things planned. So what we try to do is really try to educate that group to make sure that they are aware, because they are more readily to take the risk, because they want to, number one, stay on the playing field, and number two, they want to get out the hood and go to college.
There's more on the line, for sure.
Exactly.
And I think we actually have someone, you've actually suffered a concussion.
Yeah, I was playing at a clinic, and a kid hit me in the face, and it gave me a concussion.
And when did you realize that it was more serious than just getting hit in the face?
Almost immediately. I blacked out, and I couldn't think straight. I couldn't hear on my right ear, and there was a lot of ringing in it, and I couldn't really think straight. So I went over to my friend, and she was like, "I think you have a concussion. You should probably get off the ice." And I was like, "No, I want to finish playing." She's like, "Get off the ice. You don't want to get more hurt."
Wow. So you're only 14 now. When did this happen?
I had just turned 13.
Oh, wow. So a little over a year ago?
Yeah.
Now, so you're an ice hockey player. And what do you wear to protect yourself?
Well, I'm a goalie, so I have
everything.
I have this huge helmet, huge chest pads, I have long leg pads.
And even with all of that,
I still got a
you
concussion.
still got a concussion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you feel that the headgear is protective enough?
My helmet now, I do think it was. The helmet I had before the one I had now was used, so it probably wasn't as sturdy as it should have been. But now they have much better helmets, and it's really important to wear a good quality helmet.
Did it make you think twice at all about getting back on the ice, or your parents? Were they hesitant to let you?
My parents were hesitant to let me get back on the ice because I was still kind of new to ice hockey, and they were like, well, if you're going to get hurt a lot, you probably shouldn't play because then you can't go on, you can't focus in school, you can't get into a good college. But I did get back to playing. Yeah.
Any permanent damage?
Sometimes I get headaches from it and I can't think straight, but not really.
You're back on the ice. That says something.
Yeah.
Wow. And this was not the only concussion you had. You've had several concussions. Is that right? That's what I read. You had several concussions. No? Wrong information? All right, we'll just throw that out.
Hopefully it's not foreshadowing
feeling
anything either.
So, Coach, before we have to wrap things up, tell us what parents need to know going into the fall season. Anybody that's got a kid that's playing sports this fall season. And it may not just be football. It could be any sport.
Well, first I just want to give props to Katie. She's one of our great ambassadors. She's participating in some of our activities, and she's great. She's going to be a rock star pretty soon. But, yeah, what I said earlier, we just want parents to be vigilant. Coaches and teammates. If you think one of your teammates suffered a concussion, you make sure you speak up. Like I said, the campaign is called I Promise. So we want all of our athletes out there to take the I Promise pledge and promise to tell someone if you suffered a concussion, and be seen by a neurologist.
Very good. The I Promise pledge. Thank you so much, Coach Carter.